Hi everyone in English 1301, it's Dr. E and I'm here with your week 1 instructional video. So at this point there are some other videos that hopefully by now you've taken a look at. That includes the syllabus video where I just go through the main things in the syllabus that most times students want to know, as well as a video that just walks through everything in D2L that will be part of our course, because every course is a little bit different. So in these weekly instructional videos, it's just really about this upcoming week. What are the expectations? What are the assignments? Where should we go to complete these activities? That kind of thing. Sometimes I also address readings from the previous week or questions I received from the previous week, but it's week 1, so we're just getting started. I'm just gonna go ahead and go to our main course page in D2L, and you'll take a look here. You'll see the D2L video posted here. I wanted to make a note about something that I hear from students pretty regularly, and that's the calendar. So the calendar can be a little bit overwhelming. So if you have these arrows pointed down, right, it's opening these areas that may just be a little too much to glance at on a weekly or regularly basis when you're logging in. Sometimes we have assignments that are overlapping, or we have a quiz that's due on this date, we have an assignment upload. It can be a little bit much. So if you are overwhelmed by what you're seeing there, just click on the little arrow here to collapse this, we call it a widget, right? So that you don't have to look at that. Instead, you can go to the content area and take a look at everything for the upcoming week in the modules, right? So remember, the modules are here on the left-hand side. Make sure you're clicking around to the Start Here module if you have questions about student success or the book. If you have any questions or concerns about D2L, there are some links here that are helpful. And then, of course, the syllabus and schedule. So here is the schedule, the syllabus. This is where I'll start posting those assignments and rubrics and videos as we kind of go through. I'll just post them as they come up. So in week 1, I've just taken the table directly from our weekly schedule. I'll have this every week because I think it's really helpful just to have a quick glance, right, at what's coming up this week. So I want you to know, in terms of kind of our course schedule, Thursdays and Sundays those are our due dates for the course. I found that over the semesters, this tends to work for students for the most part, right? We don't want a due date that's very early in the week. We want to have time to read any of the course materials, to go through and process and let all that information kind of marinate a little bit. And then by Thursday, you typically have a discussion post that's due, or perhaps an uploaded assignment. And then on Sunday, we usually have our participation quizzes. Perhaps we need to respond to a couple of our colleagues, that kind of thing. So Thursdays and Sundays are what you want to keep on your kind of agenda, right? So on Mondays, that's when I will post information. Typically, everything is done before Monday morning, but I put that absolute deadline of having these items available for you to view at noon on Monday. But again, that'll happen beforehand. And if it's ever any later than that, which happens very rarely, I'll let you know. I'll post in the announcement section. All right, so on Monday, just a quick view of the week. We have all of the videos. You're watching the last one here. There's a prompt posted for the discussion area. And then you have a mind map assignment that's due in the assignments area, and a course survey. But I want you to note that the course survey is not due this week. I just want it to be there if you want to get a little bit ahead, if you want to take that time. Because even though we do have quite a few things due this week, we don't have a specific reading that's required. So if you want to get that course survey out of the way, it does take about 10 to 15 minutes. So make sure that's kind of, on your mind. All right, so on Thursday, you do have a discussion post that is due, and it is 5 points. We're just easing into the course, easing into the grades and expectations. So I really do make an effort to start with smaller values in terms of the grades. We're on a point system, so I don't think it's very fair to start the first week and say, this is a 100-point assignment. We're starting small. As you get used to the course, as you get used to my expectations, those amounts will increase, okay? So by Sunday, you need to respond to at least 2 colleagues. So you need to respond to their posts. That's 5 points. The participation quiz is due, and those every week they'll change a little bit. Most of the time they'll be connected to the readings for that week, in addition to questions from the different videos that may have been posted, or if there's just some random thing that you should know for that week, I'll ask in the quiz area. Okay. So the participation quiz is due, and then you'll also submit a mind map assignment. I'm going to go over all of this, so don't get nervous yet. This is something we'll walk through. And then for next week, this is where, if you want to get ahead again, you have some reading to do, which is posted in the content area. And it's What is Academic Writing by Irvin, which is a wonderful article. I think I start usually every writing class with this because it really helps us think about this kind of writing that we are supposed to be doing and learning about. And then you also have a TED Talk. Some of you may be familiar with it. It's Chimamanda Adichie, where her title is The Danger of a Single Story. And this is just, it's a wonderful talk. I think it's a really great jumping off point for some of the discussions that we'll have in the course. All right, so if I scroll down for the to watch area, which you'll see every week, you hopefully have already watched that D2L walkthrough, so you know where in our D2L area we need to get familiar with in terms of our course. There's the syllabus video. To review, there is the syllabus, right, and the schedule. I have posted just a shorter schedule. I will, in upcoming weeks, post the full semester schedule because I know some of you really do like to work ahead, but I have to see the pace of the course before I can post the full schedule, because there may be some things I need to adjust based on how well we're working with the schedule, or if we need more time with this or we need less time with that because we're just powering through it. So that will be coming in the next couple of weeks. All right, so then we get to the to-do list. I want to make a quick reference to these check boxes on the side. This in no way means that these items are complete, and you'll see this percentage at the top. This is very misleading, and it's one of those frustrating things about D2L. I will talk a lot about the ways that D2L can be frustrating throughout the semester, so buckle up. There are quite a few things, but there are also things that D2L does really well. But this is a confusing area because sometimes students are led to believe, okay, I've done these, right? I don't have to do the quiz, or, this just means you've visited these areas. So if I scroll down, this checkbox means that I have clicked on this and looked at the short schedule. So if I click on it, it will take me to the area where the schedule is kind of housed. And then if I go back to where I was previously, it will show that checkbox, right? So again, a little misleading. The same goes for if I click on the syllabus, it will take a few minutes to load, and of course you can download or you can print it here. It takes forever, so I'm just going to click back to week 1, and if I scroll down, it will have that check mark here. So just don't think too much about those things because it can be confusing. The first thing we have for Thursday is an introductory post, and this is just a way for us to get to know one another and kind of have a conversation, but in a digital format. So I put some instructions here, and this is just kind of offering some ideas about how to take advantage of these discussion posts every week. I always recommend that you compose your post in Microsoft Word, and that's to utilize the grammar and spell check features, but also to save your work in case D2L times out, you lose your internet connection, any of those kinds of things. You will not upload a document for your discussion post. You will copy and paste from Microsoft Word. And of course, download Grammarly as well, because why not? Why shouldn't we use all of those tools that are available to us, okay? So I said, answer each of the aspects of the prompt fully, a little bit more information. And in order to start, we just click Start a New Thread. And every week, I'm going to ask that for your subject, you use your name, and it's the name that you prefer, right? So if you have a nickname, or if you just have a name that maybe is not what is shown in D2L, that's what I'd like you to put there, as well as if you prefer your gender pronouns. So here are the questions that I'd like you to ask, and for this week you can certainly number them. In future weeks we want paragraph format, right, just because we're going to be practicing our writing and composition. So what is your name, and do you have a nickname? And this is me asking, what is your preferred name? So if you have a name like, oh gosh, if you have a name like Jennifer, Would you prefer Jenny? And if so, make that clear, right? Because we want to have those names that we would use if we were in a class together, okay? How long have you been a student at Lone Star? What's your academic history? What do you hope to get out of this class? And I put, yeah, I know it may be a required course, but what we need to aim for something to benefit, right? What's the benefit of us taking this course instead of just looking at it as a requirement, because then it'll just be painful every week if we keep that in mind. What are your general thoughts about writing? What's your story? What's your educational path, right? It's been a few years of stress. Oh, my bad. This is incorrect. Hold on, let me pause because this is incorrectly numbered for the moment. Okay, apologies about that. So after what is your story, we have that, there have been a couple years of stress and difficulties. So I really would like you to share, what have you been doing to relieve some of that stress, or what have you been doing to take care of yourself? Just because, we want to keep those things in mind as we move forward in the semester, especially a faster, quicker paced semester like a 12-week course. Is there anything else you'd like to share? And then share a picture that somehow reflects you. And I put, it can be an actual picture, just something that connects to your hobbies, likes, interests, and then offer a brief explanation, like why did you share this image? And then I put some instructions here about posting. So in order to post, you're going to click Start a New Thread, your name and chosen pronouns here, and then you can just answer those questions. Remember, you are editing and revising, and then you click Post. And I shared my own introduction here just as an example, but I want you to note that number one, mine is lengthy. I'm a composition instructor, right? So you don't have to create responses that are as lengthy as mine, but you do need to fully answer the questions that have been posed. And you don't have to share information that you're not comfortable sharing. Lastly, you do not have to respond to my post. I know sometimes students wonder, like, am I supposed to respond to the professor's post? You don't have to. You can if you want, but you certainly don't have to. So I share a little bit about myself and, answer those questions so that you can get to know me a little bit better if you're interested, but also just kind of see an example, okay? If you're in somebody's thread and you're reading their information, to respond, you need to click Reply and leave their name here, and then just write your reply here. You need to reply to the posts of 2 of your colleagues this week, and that's due by Sunday. So that's how you would do that, okay? So if I go back to our content module for this week, I'm going to scroll down. There is also a mind map due that has some instructions. So you're going to actually upload a mind map that's based on the syllabus. So I want you to take some time and read through these directions. Let me know if you have any questions. If you do, post in that Q&A discussion board that was mentioned in the D2L video. There's a template if you would like to use it, but sometimes students just want to draw out their mind map because that helps them get creative and use different colors and whatnot. This is just a very basic template. So you would put syllabus here, and then what are those 4 kind of main ideas you think are important when you take a look at the syllabus. To upload, you just click Upload, find the document, I'm just clicking something, and then make sure you click Submit. Sometimes that's a step that can get missed. If you have any struggles submitting from the actual module area, so if you click from here, if you struggle with that, if it's telling you it can't upload the assignment, just go to Course Activities, click Assignment, and then you can get there in the same way. So again, just take some time to click around, take a look at things maybe from a different perspective. There are various ways to do things in D2L. You also have a quiz. So once you've read, all the materials like the syllabus, you've watched all the videos, go ahead and take that quiz. I'm going to mention that the random word for this week's quiz is purple. All right. And then you have that student survey link, but of course that's not due until the 9th of October. So y'all, this is a lot of information to throw at you at once, and that's why, again, take this in pieces. Don't feel like you have to get everything done, watch all the videos, do all of the work on Monday or that first day that you log in. Sometimes it's better just log in, again, let it marinate so you see what's going on that week, but take some time to accomplish each task, right? Don't try to put too much work on yourself. But I'm really excited about this semester. I hope you are as well, but let me know if you have any questions, and good luck this week.